Am I fucking recording? Oh shit, I am. Welcome back, YGG community. Welcome to YGG My Reacts. I said I was gonna do two videos. This is the crazy story I was talking about. I was talking about this. I look. So let me give you the rundown. Some what it means. Some biographical people. They go to Antarctica, the city. Fucking not city, dude. They go to Antarctica with a bunch of polar bears to do a biography on the polar bears. Not a biography, a geographical video. Yeah, geographical. Is that how you say it when it's about nature? Yeah. Okay, they go and do a geographical video, and look, they go and make a geographical video, and and a polar bear. Man, let's just watch this shit. What the fuck am I gonna explain it when they gonna explain it right here? You feel me? Look.
Leapt out of the water,
Rocking
throwing
with y'all.
himself right at
Hopefully y'all
Christopher.
rocking with me. Yeah, I'm rocking with you. Cause we watching
Today's
this, so you know I'm
story
fucking with
takes
you.
us to the Arctic Circle, a frozen paradise on the northernmost part of the Earth. With beautiful glaciers, pack ice, and a wide variety of marine life, the North Pole is a place which very few visit in their lifetime. But those who do get to visit may well see one of the most beautiful heavenly displays which the planet Earth has to offer, the Aurora Borealis. But while the North may sound like a paradise, there is a devil lurking in the ice, a fast, cunning, and deadly creature that calls the pole its hunting ground. Christopher Henning, a geologist, had stationed himself at the North Pole, looking to study snow and sea ice.
You see, it's a bear. When you go and station yourself at a place like that, hopefully it's well secure. You know, it's like a station, a real station that was built to withstand force. You know, that was made to withstand force. Cause if you go and set up a fucking tent, it's a bear. As soon as it smell you, that shit going down. They gonna blow your shit like the bad big wolf, the big bad wolf.
He had been at the pole for a week, and finally the northern lights had reached him, allowing him to have a view of the bright sky that night. He took several photos, which he would take back home when he was done. By the end of the spectacle, he returned to the small caravan which he and his colleagues had called home for the last few days. They were living in a small caravan which allowed them access to the samples they needed and kept them protected from the frigid temperatures outside. Think about it. How many seals do you see around this park? The ice is getting thinner, and since they are a chubby group, they aren't coming here any longer, Christopher argued over the phone with the superiors back at the office. We don't even need all this equipment. We can tell how much of the ice is gone just by watching the animals here. The others in the caravan waited, watching as he angrily hung up. Christopher walked towards the window and stared out at the frozen tundra. Seeing a white spot on the glass, he wiped it with his finger before turning back to the others. They aren't listening. They want more data, Christopher replied. What more data do they want? He shook his head and walked to the door of the caravan. If they wanted more data, he would get some. He had to go out to where they had last taken samples from. But they...
So he called and said that he don't want to keep on going. But they said, now we want more data. You gotta keep on data of what? They should have gave that shit up. Data of what? What type of data do you want? They're probably not even gonna tell it to the public because it's probably like aliens or some shit.
They also had to get back some results which they had sent to the lab, which was in the closest town of Longyearbyen. It was a long way. It would take 2 days to get the results back up there. You guys go get the data. We'll make a cumulative log for the Institute once we have it all. As they left, Christopher decided to head out to the ice by himself to get another sample which they would take home. He would keep it at a fairly stable temperature and have it taken all the way back so they would be able to carry out their own tests and see that he was right. Heading out on the ice, Christopher walked a little over a half a kilometer to the nearest spot which they had chosen to collect samples. The ice had broken apart due to global warming, and so Christopher hopped from one sheet.
Global warming. We are using too much of our fucking resources. Yes, I'm at a fucking airplane. Cause I gotta be doing something while I'm listening. If not, I gotta either be watching, they ain't showing shit, so ain't nothing to watch. If I'm listening, paying attention, I gotta be doing something. So I'm at a fucking airplane of the paper that says instruction to complete your affidavit, to complete your motherfucking paying your ticket. Yes, I do got a bunch of fucking tickets, and I got warrants too, which I'm gonna pay out as soon as I can. For right now, I'm focusing on something else. You got me, but I'm saying not right now, cause they gonna wait on me. Wait until the fucking police public. Hey, we ain't waiting on you. Come on, you coming with us? Yeah, motherfucker. Alright, look. We're using too much fucking resources. Good thing Elon Musk is, and giving us electricity, meaning we can stop using gas. Most people not gonna want to, cause they're saying fuck the earth. Even though it's where you live, they're saying fuck planet Earth. So what we do, we use all fucking resources and send toxins into the air, which is getting fucking. What's that thing that goes around the earth? Like the sun that gives us breathable air and protects us from the the flying. Here's the earth, and it's surrounded by some type of shield. Here's the. You feel me? And it ricochets. And inside the little ball, that fucking shield protects us. And we keep sending air up there. That's not gonna help filter it. So if we can stop sending air into the fucking atmosphere, there it is. If we can stop sending toxins into the atmosphere, we can indeed stop global warming. Meaning, you can stop using fucking gas. I mean, who gonna listen to me? Who gonna fucking listen to me? You know what I mean? You need to have cheddar. Cheddar cheese, it need to be known for you to actually be able to make a change and do something. Most niggas just get a name and focus on themselves. That's not what it's about. It's about doing something for your people. You feel me? Doing something for everybody that will actually help us. And it's going, you feel me? You help everybody, karma is real. So if you give out good, positive vibes, you're going to get good, positive vibes back. Now, I ain't saying go ahead and give your life away for somebody. But you can at least give them a handshake and tell them everything will be okay. Like, you feel me? Just by doing small little things can make a big change. And most of us, cause including me, I'm a hypocrite, cause I'm saying help the world, but I go and smoke me a dude and smoke me an app, you feel me? And then, I go and smoke me, I go and what the fuck did I just say? You feel me? Just hypothetically speaking, I go and do something bad, I'm expecting to get something bad done to me, you feel me? Cause I already did something bad, so I'm knowing, you feel me? Like, shit happens way too many times. I think it was Christopher. Let's just
To the neck, finding a proper one to pick from. As he bent low to take out his tools, the sound of water swirling beneath him caught his attention, and he looked under the water. His first thought was that there would be a whale looking to surface for air directly beneath him. But the sound didn't come from beneath. As he listened closer, it had come from behind. A large mass of white fur leapt out of the water, throwing its.
close your eyes for a minute. Imagine being in Antarctica, in an ice moving glacier, in a zone that moves on water, right? That could be melting, but you're in an unknown zone with predators, predators who hunt for fun and devour you in less than a minute. Now you're in that place, right? And you're doing research. You're focused on something in front of you, and out of nowhere you hear the water just moving like whoosh, and you hear something splash out of the motherfucking water. What'd you see? You see a 6, 7 feet tall animal that runs like a fucking dog. Like,
Right at Christopher. The scientist had seconds to react, ducking low just as the polar bear flew above him and landed back in the water on the opposite.
cause you're listening to what the fuck they're saying. That he came out of the water and then dived in. He basically, so I'm the fucking polar bear, and I see somebody. So I dive, I look at you, you look back at me. You seeing that I'm looking at you, so you're looking at me while I'm looking at you. And out of nowhere, I just dive in the motherfucking water again. What you think? What the fuck? You coming for me? What the fuck do I do? I run? Damn, dude.
Sighed. Its paw had swiped him, slashing him across the shoulder before it disappeared into the water. The weight.
Again. He jumped. Locked eyes. I'm coming for you, motherfucker. Dive into the water. Dive back. Scratch the motherfucker. Dive back into it. Do I got the right story? I think I clicked on the wrong one. Fuck it, let's finish it.
The beast forced the water to push the ice sheet which Christopher was on backwards, sending him further away from the caravan and safety.
So this is not the video. This Christopher Inc. is this one. So it's basically the same thing. I'm gonna skip through it just to where we were. Damn, dude. Like I said, imagine a motherfucker polar bear. Cause grizzly bear, when you go and you expecting a grizzly bear, you take a shotgun. You take, feel me? Cause you're going out. You probably going out to sleep in the wilderness, to camp, right? But you need protection. Somebody that goes to Antarctica do research. Do you think they're gonna take some type of? Me personally, if I'm doing some type of fucking research and I'm going to a place I don't know, I'm for sure taking a fucking power. I'm taking something, some type of protection. You're not gonna touch me at all. I don't know who you is. You could be a motherfucking killer orca, a fucking orca, killer whale.
Between Norway and the North Pole exists a gathering of small islands known as Svalbard. It's mainly just ice and barren rock, and just over 2,500 people live there. However, living alongside them are as many as 3.
Look, again, my bad for clicking the wrong video, but if you stayed, you already know, because this shit about
1,000 polar bears.
I'm not going to do no stopping,
Polar bears
because I
are
already
very
explained it.
dangerous animals, and unfortunately in Svalbard, confrontations arise with tragic outcomes for both people and these bears. Almost every year,
Yeah, so he was
polar bears are shot through
Horatio
encounters with
Chappelle.
people, and over
Somebody
recent
else.
decades,
So
human
it happened
lives have been
twice.
lost and numerous people have been injured. This is the story of the 2011 British School Exploring Society expedition that resulted in tragedy. Earlier in the year 2000, the Svalbard governor issued a warning after several polar bears were seen nearby highly populated settlements. According to one Longyearbyen resident, a man sleeping in a cabin near the shore was attacked a few years ago by a bear, which smashed its way in and grabbed his sleeping bag. Fortunately, he managed to fight the animal off with an axe. One airport worker who lives near the area said there have been a number of bear attacks in recent years. The problem is, when the ice melts, the bears lose their way and can't catch food. Most people don't really know how dangerous they are. There was
People live in a fucking Antarctica. I feel like that shit will be a breeze. But whole time that shit will be crazy as fuck. Why a breeze? Cause you know, play with nobody. You feel me? Like nobody cares. Like nobody like even pays attention to it, Chris. And nobody really gives a fuck, you know. So polar bears just walking around trying to come through your back door like he finna take your TV or finna take your soul. And y'all just recording, you feel me? Cause I would've went and hunt motherfucker like for fun. Why? Cause he trying to hunt me. I know he just hungry. I know he just wanna eat. But he trying to hunt something. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and hunt the hunter. So cause he might be the one to catch me like it, you feel me? But living though, it's just no rules. I wonder where they go shopping, where they get their power from. Cause I don't see no grid or no power line, whatever. Like where they grow food at? Cause I for sure 90% sure that no food or no crops can grow there around there. I don't see no solar panels. Another thing, I seen this video of this device. I said I wasn't gonna pause the video, but I did. I saw this video of this device that works by levitating, by using the coldness, by being frozen. So you put a magnet and you put ice, and the ice will make it float because of the coldness. I don't know. I think that I don't know. It repels like the cold repels the magnet. So I'm guessing that's how a spaceship works. Just my idea is floating freely. You feel me? So what I'm thinking is Antarctica is so cold, you could build a magnetic spaceship that gets the power from the cold, turns the cold into power. How? I don't fucking know. But just put it up, the coldness starts to levitate, you know, and just like that, like nitro. What's that called? Nitro oxygen, yeah, oxygen nitro oxygen, some shit like that. The cold liquid, you know, if you could get it from from all around you, cause you know the I'm a whole fucking scientist. I'm a scientist. From the air, so you get the molecules from the air, and you turn the cold into cold air, and that gives you it starts to propel something, and it pushes out. Boom, you got a fucking spaceship. Boom, just like that. If I had money, that's all I'll be trying all kind of weird shit.
And people were running down to take pictures.
That's why I'm starting a blog
They had
too.
no
Cause
idea their lives could be in danger.
whenever I become a billionaire, cause I'm gonna become a billionaire, not a millionaire. A millionaire is easy to become. You feel me? A billionaire. I'm going to put money in, start projects. I got a account that's called YGG Projects. Been thought of that. YGG Projects. Me, YGG, John Go Getter. You feel me? Finna start projects. So I named it YGG Projects. I'm probably gonna use that as my blog channel. Project where I'm gonna put all my projects into YGG Project. I'll make myself clear.
The dwindling sea ice in recent years has led the bears, which usually hunt seals, to look in.
I was gonna say something. I ain't gonna say nothing because I forgot when I got up. Fuck these hoes and getting money.
Inland for food. To prevent any tragedies, visitors are told clearly as they arrive, if you move into bear territory, you must have a loaded rifle and someone who knows how to use it. Arriving in Svalbard on July 23rd, a party of 80 teenagers and adult guides planned on spending over a month exploring the area. Amongst them was a 17-year-old Horatio Chappell. He was a student at Eton College and was hoping to become a doctor. Midway through the trip, Chappell hiked to the Von Post Glacier alongside a 13-person group with 10 other students and 2 instructors. The group camped overnight on a snow bridge close to the glacier, known for frequent sightings of polar bears. In the early hours of August 5th, a large but also starved-looking male polar bear approached the camp. The bear entered the camp around 7:30 a.m. and avoided all traps and safety guidelines the group followed to prevent bears from entering.
So we got a spy bear now. We got a spy bear. Cause that's a trap. Finna move through that motherfucker. Finna slide.
The string of tripwire designed to trigger alarms and flares failed to activate.
I'm telling you. You see, they got special, like what them device lasers with that take motion. The motherfucker say, you feel me? And just got through that bitch.
While nobody
See how I
knows
play
for
that whole
sure,
off?
the most likely reason for this was that the bear knocked over a surrounding post, dislodging the cartridge that would have triggered the mines. At around 7:30 a.m., Chappell had just emerged from his tent and was in the process of standing up when he was attacked by the massive polar bear. After overpowering and batting the teenager to the ground, the bear mauled him around the head, face, and neck, killing him. It continued its attack, badly injuring 2 of his tentmates. One of the teenagers who survived was Patrick Flinders, who left with horrific facial injuries.
Fuck the horrific injuries. You know how lucky that is? That motherfucker just get on you. And you're just like, I can't do fucking nothing. The motherfucker like, you just got whoa. I can see those images in my mind. Like I can just see them. You probably don't. You probably like, who the goofy ass nigga just fucking around on YouTube? Exactly, I'm just fucking around on YouTube. I can see that shit in my mind just. Polar bear just. Like, vividly. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's not just me. Maybe just not just. Maybe in my imagination. But vividly, I can see this shit. Motherfucker just. Like, just. Polar just. You know, some gore shit. Something you would be throwing up for.
He remembers that night very clearly. While he was sleeping, he heard scratching outside his tent before it suddenly collapsed. The fabric of the tent hit Patrick's face, and he looked up and saw a huge mouth snapping. There was blood all around the bear's nose. At that moment, he thought he was going to die. It hit Patrick with its paw, and then he felt his teeth clamp his elbow, biting down on the bone. Suddenly, it had his head in its jaws, and he could hear it crunching his skull. He said, I could hear it crack, and then I heard a growl which was deafening because I was so up close. Patrick Flinders was left with fragments of the bear's teeth lodged in his head.
Did you know seals, the big seals, those big ones that got a big fucking house and shit, they be raping penguins? Did you know that? They be raping penguins. Chicks, like they don't eat them, they be raping penguins. Straight up.
And later needed 20 stitches. Flinders said he lashed out and tried to punch the bear before the attack came to an end, at which point the bear let go and chased down another group member. At that time, warning shouts woke instructor Michael Reed, who was in possession of the group's only rifle. He later described taking careful aim at the bear to prevent hitting any of the young explorers, only for the weapon to misfire. Despite multiple attempts to chamber a round, the rifle still failed to fire. While struggling with the gun, he shouted to another member of the group to fire pen flares in an attempt to scare off the attacker. The bear then turned its attention to Reed, knocking him off his feet and biting his head. He unsuccessfully attempted to gouge at the bear's eyes, but was saved when the animal was distracted by a group leader, Andrew Ruck, throwing rocks at it. It moved towards Ruck and attacked him, leaving him badly mauled. In the time the bear was distracted.
I just can't. That bear just like, motherfucker, I see you. I just had to say something. I had to say something. The bear just chilling there like, I see you, motherfucker. You know, like, oh yeah, I finna get you. Like, come on, dude. I know he was thinking the same thing.
Acted, Reed was able to reload the rifle and shoot the animal until it died. An inquest into Chapel's death
Smoking that.
found that the
Smoking
group
that.
had opted for
Smoking that
tripwire
motherfucking
flares
bear paint.
rather than an overnight watch or guard
Super
dog.
cold,
A decision
super
which
cold.
resulted
Make
in
it
them
freeze,
being
make it
caught by
hot.
surprise during the attack after the
Make
trips
it
failed
freeze
to
and turn
fire.
you slow. Looking at it.
While it was ruled that the attack would have been prevented if the group had stayed in cabins rather than tents, there was no legal requirement for that step at the time. The group was also found to be missing items of equipment, including parts of the tripwire alert system. While Chapel was killed before Reed attempted to shoot the bear, the quality of the rifle they carried and the lack of training the instructors had received likely contributed to later injuries. It was found that training with the weapon was limited to just 4 shots per team member and basic instruction on handling. This lack of training meant that the instructors were unfamiliar with its safety operation, which prevented the loading of the rifle when the safety was engaged. Instead, rounds were ejected, matching Reed's later description of the incident.
But this
Police later
is not the video. It's by Joe Rogan. Fucking dog. Listen to this. Look how he described it. I've been trying to find the original, you feel me? But I haven't been able to, I guess. But this basically 3. Where you trying to it?
Polar bears will come for you.
So what do you do in that situation?
Dude,
Pray.
I heard the most terrifying
Wait it
story
out.
of these explorers. They were on an icebreaker. And they were on an icebreaker. I don't even know if this is true.
What's
but
an
I'm gonna tell you
icebreaker?
like
Oh,
it's
an
true.
That's why I couldn't find it. He said, I don't even know if this tree is probably made up. I'm over here trying to find some research on some shit he don't even know it's true.
Breakers.
So they're out there in
Yeah.
wherever the polar bears live.
Yeah.
And they have a leak in their boat. And they have to literally get off the boat because the boat's sinking.
Yeah.
So they make their way to an ice raft.
Mm-hmm.
They get off the boat onto this ice raft.
Uh-oh.
And they wait. And there's multiple hours before someone can come get them.
Mm-hmm.
And they see a polar bear.
Oh, fuck.
And they see a polar bear on a neighboring ice raft.
Yeah.
And he's looking at them and he stands up and boom, comes up in the water
fuck.
and pops up on the next one next to it.
That's the one I was talking about. Imagine that shit. Just imagine you're on a fucking expedition, right? Out of nowhere, your boat starts sinking. Now you gotta get off and call for backup. Hey, we're stranded, this and that. I will be there in about tomorrow, in about like a week. Cause that's basically what your mind thinking. Now we'll be there in an hour, 2 hours. Man, that motherfucker gonna be here in next year. You're in a fucking unknown place. Now, a fucking polar bear across your street. Basically, around the block. Basically, coming down for you, ready to run your pocket. You feel me? So he basically, down the street, he looked at you, like, I'm finna run the motherfucker down. Boom! Jump in the water. Boom! Jump back up.
Oh.
And they're like, oh man. Back in the water, pops up on the next one next
He laughing, cause it's not him.
until he's right next to.
And now he right next to you. He says, I finna run your motherfucking pipes for real. Like he be like, bro, this your glacier. You're on here. The polar is right here. The polar. But here's you. You just float. You just looking right at your motherfucking face. He's right here, like right next to your glacier, looking at you, bro. Like,
Them. He dives in the water, comes up onto their ice raft, takes one of the guys, grabs him, pulls him into the water, swims with him over to the other one, and starts eating him.
now the people over here, they're right here, they're terrified, scared. Who the fuck gonna be next? Who the fuck gonna be next? Cause he basically like that. He just took one of our guys. What the fuck we gonna do? We can't do nothing. Oh, we gonna jump a Pulliver? We gonna jump him? Ah, we can jump him. We can try. He already gonna fuck us up. We can at least try and fight, you know? But just imagine that shit, dude. Like, can you imagine it? I sure can. I already did. I've been fucking imagined it. And my mind can't comprehend what the fuck that was in Antarctica.
Fuck, right in front of those dudes.
Holy shit.
So they're standing there going, what the fuck?
And that's what I'm saying, you feel me? You shut the fuck up, don't make noise. But, like, that's crazy. You know, it's real fucking crazy. I'm rocking with y'all. Obviously, I'm rocking with me. Looking at it. I did bad stuff. Should we go out with some music? Should we go out with some music?